1 second, let's get it, man. Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support the brand, it's inspired by dreams. Shop, and we got everything from hoodies, snapbacks, t-shirts, everything for you to get your drip on. Trust me, dress outside of the box. So it's Monday. We made it. We made it. If you're watching this right now, God has blessed you to see another day. So we are here, and we got a lot of things to talk about this morning. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. And shouts out to all my peoples out there. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekends and everything just went your way, because there's a lot of things going on, but at the same time, I see a lot of love in different places. And I'm just happy to see my peoples are just back out there smiling and still avoiding what's going on. So we here. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Love y'all. Love y'all. Blessings. We all made it. We're here to see another day. So we all got to feel special today. See, I got my smile on. I'm feeling good. But we got to talk about some things. I know. I put 2 videos out for you guys. I put the Diddy video out, as well as I put the African Americans versus Black Africans. And we got a lot to talk about. This whole back and forth thing that we have between us as a culture, we got to get past that. Because we know we better than that as human beings. We are better than that. We're gonna see past all of this madness, and we're gonna learn something out of it that's gonna make us a better person. So that's what I'm trying to open your eyes up to today. So even though I'm bringing these topics to you guys, I want to just pull something different out of it that you guys could see in a different way. So let's just kick it off. Diddy. So right now, what we know is that, like I told you guys in the beginning, with as far as the feds and state prisons, the feds, they can move you around to all different federal prisons around the world, wherever they have them structured. So there's possibilities that he could be in New Jersey today, or there's also possibilities that people are not talking about. They can also be in Virginia. So I know the words on that is, it's going to come out. All of this stuff is going to come out. But I wanted to give you guys something. Could you believe that he went from a billionaire and to P. Diddy, what is it? Puff Daddy, Love, and now his prison number is 374, I believe it's 52064. That's his new name. It's like, if this is not a learning lesson for hip hop or for the people just watching around the world, even criminals out there thinking that they're going to be successful in the next crimes they do, this is an eye opener. I'm telling you, there's nobody right now that will take that amount of money to be in that type of situation. I'm sorry. This is why I always tell you guys, all the material stuff and all of the money and all of this flossing and thinking that these have got more than, it's not, life is not about that. Because look how we huddle. When we huddle up, we feel good about each other and we big each other up. If you guys have anything that you want to accomplish, it can be accomplished. And we can all help each other. That is what growing, and that's what life is really about. Not taking from people, deceiving people, and that was a thing of the past. And what we're seeing now, that's coming right in the present. I don't want to hear nobody say anything about the youth, because we needed each other in this one. This fight was not just a fight this fight is still ongoing, and we need each other in this fight. This fight is good versus bad. I see people out there trying to, like, they're trying to put like a bandage on it and trying to say that, I guess, you know what it is. I just can't cross Diddy out and just say he's like a regular person. But at the same time, this is the first time I'm getting to know Diddy. The person that I thought he was, he tricked me. So we're all getting to know him at this particular time. Even people that of a younger age that didn't even know him for his past stuff, only know him as what we're seeing today. So it's really messed up. And another thing on the Diddy note, I see Ray J is coming up now. A lot of celebrities, you got to really watch him. And I'm not saying Ray J is right or wrong, but it just seems a little suspicious in a way that, as a celebrity, I could understand his fans have feeling a certain way, and we are giving our opinions on it. But when another celebrity that's a part of the same lifestyle and game as you, and has been in similar situations dating, like Whitney Houston. It just didn't come off. I don't know. I think some celebrities know more than they're telling us. And people are scared or people are nervous that their name might come out in a party. But if, there's nothing, even if you went to a Diddy party and you didn't do anything, why would you be nervous? That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. Like, it's like, man. I always tell you guys, it's just, that's why the people around you mean so much in these times. Because picture you telling somebody next to you what's going on in your life that might be hurting you. And they're taking, after you turn this way, they're turning around and telling somebody else, or the same thing that's hurting you, they did to somebody else. It's so deceiving. Breaking somebody's trust in these times can mean everything. And as we see with Diddy, I think he's going to be doing life or something close to that. If anything, I think the lowest he can get in criminal sentence would be like at least 10 years. I think about 10 years, at least 10. I'm not sure. And I have to, I have to be a man about it. I'm hearing now. So Dame Dash dropped a video, you guys, and I really have to. Okay, so I don't want to be the guy that just relates to the news that's just that's taking people down and this and that. It's I don't know if it's true or not, but Dame Dash dropped a video saying that, as far as Jay-Z saying that, in 6 years he'll get it back, that is kind of like an antitrust type of thing, and he has violated that whole 6 years that he's gonna buy it back. So now I heard it's going up to 2009. He said 2098 if you have ownership. So now reasonable doubt can be worth 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. Yes, now it can be worth that because of the fact that you have a longevity of time that you can possibly use it in different things that you possibly can be doing. You can probably use it in background music, especially if you're doing like a documentary on Jay-Z. I see a lot of lifestyle. What is it called? I think it's A&E or one of those. They always doing like different documentaries on artists, and I'm pretty sure that you don't need the full rights to do certain things. So if they have the rights to reasonable doubt or some music like that, you guarantee some new documentaries about Jay-Z or something is going to be coming up. Or if you haven't, I don't know, but I know that if he had won that part of it, and it does, and if you buy it now, you can use it up to 2098. Well, that just goes to show that it's going to be worth a lot of money. So yeah, Dame Dash, he caught a win on that one, it seems like. So we'll start hearing more about that as the day goes, and you guys can check the video out. He actually dropped it on his YouTube page, American New, if you guys are subscribed to that. So yeah, there's going to be ups and downs in everything we do as humans and as people. It's not like we don't make mistakes, but like I always tell you, we don't make the same mistakes. So once we can see and highlight what's really going on, because when I say antitrust, as far as the Dame Dash, it's kind of like what happened with the whole Google thing. They're saying that Google, they take up the abundance of ads, and the antitrust law, it just states that big companies can't take advantage of little companies, to break it down as easy as possible. That's what really it's all about. So when you hear antitrust and things like that, it's what it's saying is like, if you have a business and you're selling a product, and a celebrity goes out there, and just because they have a bigger following than you and they have more money and they market something and they take something from you, you still have just as much rights to sue that celebrity or sue that company. Just because you might not have as much money, they can still come across in an antitrust way having more than you, or that's what this is going about. So we're starting to see a lot of they're trying to equal out the playing field when it comes to business, because what happens is, if you don't equal out the playing field when it comes to business, people start conducting business illegally. You understand? So like, say you're always putting money into your business, you got your trademarks, and then some big celebrity comes and takes your brand. Well, eventually what you're going to do is you're going to start doing things off the books. You're not going to worry about, paying for trademarks and all this, because you're going to realize, when you get to a certain point, they're going to take it anyway. So the government doesn't want that. The government wants you to trust in the government, that if you do sign these things, that any companies, no matter how much money they put in, as long as you did it the right way, you will be compensated, and you'll be the one to come out on top. So that's what, when you hear antitrust and these type of things, it's big companies trying to take advantage of little companies, or big person trying to take advantage of little person. And that's basically what that whole situation is about. So yeah, man. And you know, another thing that this is something that it really ticks me off when people don't really do their full research. Now, sometimes I make mistakes as well, and sometimes I might speak on something that's possibly is just allegedly. But this whole, I'm hearing this whole Kim Porter book is fake. You guys got to check that out and let me know. I'm not sure, but they're saying that the Kim Porter book is fake. But what I want to know, is it fake because of the person that published it, or is it fake because of the information in it? So what's so fake about it? We got to know here. And I'm gonna give a word out to Usher, being that he's getting caught up, and they're saying that with this whole Diddy situation, that the Usher, you can't be surprised that us as fans is gonna probably make some kind of speculations on if you just happen to lose all 7,000 or whatever how amount of tweets you lost, because a lot of time people say you got hacked, or he got hacked, they got hacked. When it comes to getting hacked, what tweets were they hacking? What I think was going on is that people are not realizing a lot of people, this is an open case. The feds are still looking around. So maybe the feds might have been looking at certain people's accounts and missed and did something and put it back. That's a possibility. But don't look at the people. We're not the ones if you want to speak to the people and us as fans about anything to do with Diddy, I think the best thing you should do is you get on camera and explain your side of it. And once you do that, you don't have to go around and go and have people speculating on you, because to me the energy is like, it's mids. It's like something, we want to believe you, but at the same point they have video and other different things that can say other things. It's kind of like Justin Bieber. We know some way, somehow, allegedly, Justin Bieber has probably been hurt by the guy too. And he's been going through certain situations where he's been putting stuff in his music. But just because he doesn't come out and just says, he did this to me, did that to me, doesn't mean that us as people can't feel what he's going through. And it doesn't, and I don't want to hear about this whole white and black thing. That's the reason why I do these conversations and I have these African Americans versus Americans, because I have a surprise one coming up for you after. But I do these conversations because to show us that we do have, let's concentrate on our similarities. For years and years and years and years in the past that we've been concentrating on our differences. Why can't we once and for all concentrate on the similar stuff that we have going? And then from that point on, we can then define our differences. Why can't we go that route? So this is what's going on. What we're seeing now, and not only we're hearing, the more people that Diddy hurt, it's a line of people. I don't know if you guys had seen this, but on the news, it was only one news clip of this, and I believe it was out in Miami. And they had this guy, they blurred his picture of him out. And he was just talking about, like he witnessed a Diddy party. And and the way he was saying it, he was just like, he doesn't feel like it's far-fetched. Like this stuff was not like all the way hidden in the background, It might have been a certain hour they start this type of party, but it wasn't like Diddy was hiding it. I feel like Diddy, he was speaking to because, I want y'all to just try to feel me out real quick and try to understand it for what I'm trying to explain to you. If Diddy, a big mogul like Diddy, and the people he dates celebrities, the most beautiful women. I'm talking about from Jennifer Lopez to Cassie. You mean to tell me if he's a bisexual man, he just wants to date regular men? No, he's gonna want to date celebrity men. Now, I'm not a gay man, but I'm pretty sure if I was going down that route, why would you think that I would want to date some regular people when I'm dating females that's celebrities? You don't think he was dating males that's celebrities too? Yes, and that's the reason why they running. You have to understand, for us that we have to be strong enough to let them know that we're not going to take it like that, because some of them are running because they feel like they're going to get trolled online and things like that. You have to understand, not everybody online, people understand and feel your pain. So I don't want people to make social media like a place where they can't come and explain their problems. No, social media is the place where if something goes wrong with you and you feel like you want to open yourselves up to somebody out there in this world that can relate to you, you can do it. It's a safe thing. It's just how you do it. So don't make people feel like that's, like you have to like hide things. And then no, social media is a certain place where people like myself can read people, and I could maybe throw in a helping hand from a distance and help you out. It's just because it's crazy. The guy's a monster, and he went through. I'm thinking in the end of all of this, but we're gonna hear more names than we expected that he slept with. He's a superstar. What do you think, he's not gonna have a whole list of celebrity men that he slept with? And sometimes when they saying how far was he holding it over their head? How tall can they hold it over his head? No, they knew what they did. It's not like he didn't say he drugged every male. Yeah, it's allegedly that he drugged some males, but it's not. You think he drugged all these celebrities too? No, they know what they was doing because they are into these acts too. And it's sad because not only is it's dishonest to your queen, but it's dishonest to your fans and the people that believed in you. That's why you have to be very careful of who you invest your time, your money, and your energy in, because people will suck your soul out of you. And it's sad. They're not giving you anything. And all of this, all the cover-ups, when I look back, him changing his name, this and that, it makes me think like, man, you had to do all of this because you knew one day this day was gonna come, Diddy. You knew that. You knew it, you knew it, you knew it, you knew it. You beat her, the tape was out. Let me tell you something, y'all. When it comes to crime, when it comes to doing something to anybody, if you ain't gonna do good about nobody, you might as well just stay in the corner because somebody gonna see it. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. Somebody's gonna see it in these times, and that's the reason. Social media at one point, y'all don't even know, social media got the government scared until we started scattering information. Because the government knew that one day, that when one person sees something flying in the air that they didn't recognize, another person with their camera and another kid down the block, they was gonna tape it too. So you can say one thing is not right, but what about the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth? You need answers. And that's what scared them. But when people started coming in with the AI and this fake information, now it scattered everything up, so you don't know what to believe. But the smart people that do their research and the people that realize that everything in front of our face is not always going to be what it is. And everything that we don't see, sometimes it could be that. So you have to have this focus of just openness to whatever is in front of you and be able to digest or dissect it in the best way as possible. Every decision you make, every choice, every chance you get, you try to make the right one. And in life, that will guide you in a place where you'll be sturdy and you'll be well aware of what's going on. The more you are not mentally ready, you need so many things to add in. That's why so many people fall short, because they need help with like medicines and things like that. If the doctor don't prescribe you medicine, you don't put none of that stuff in your body. Everything, don't you know, as humans, we have chemical reactions different. Our bodies, even though it looks the same, inside is different things, and how our genetics come up and different things can affect you. Sometimes stress can kill one person, and next thing, stress can make another person do stuff they couldn't imagine. So it's all about you and your intake and how you take it in. The way you take it in and how you take it out, is completely two different. You can take in something bad. You can see something bad on the news. Somebody's child get hurt or, God forbid, killed. And then you take it in a way where you uplift the people and let them know that don't go out there. That's taking it in a good sense. But you can take that in now, and then that can hurt you for the rest of the week. You can't work. You're always thinking about it. That means that thing affected you. You have to stay far away from that type of stuff. And this is how you guide yourself and become a better person. Because don't you know, the most healthiest people have the most strongest mindsets? That's how it works. You can't be thinking you're gonna be strong and tough and your mindset is damaged. No, that is not how it works. That you can't structure right. You can't strategize. You can't find understanding in problems. You can't do those type of things because you're still stuck in trying to figure out what is making you think this way. This is how it works. This is how it works in the real world. And in 2025, everything is going to be moving at a fast pace. And it's up to us as human beings to slow yourself down. Stop getting on this race they want you to be on and you run over there, trip and hurt yourself. No, it ain't about that. It's about you sticking to what God has put you on this earth to do, and don't let nobody distract you. No matter how high the prices go up in food, or no matter how much of this go away or that cost, all that stuff doesn't matter in these times. You getting on here having the most Louis or the most Gucci or the best heels, the best bag, all of that stuff doesn't say anything about yourself. The things you accomplish, the people you uplift, the people you're around, the loved ones, and the love you show to people, that's what says you who you really are. So we see a lot of this with entertainers. Entertainers, they come with this smile and everything's artificial until we really see their real life, and then it's like a shocking thing. But if they had came with their authentic self, don't you know how longer they will last as a celebrity, how longer their name will last as a person that just stood up for the real, instead of people that's standing up for the fake. There's a lot of people out there just faking it. They need the money. Hey, can't knock it. Be human. They need the money. But at the end of the day, are you going to sell your soul short? Are you going to sell yourself just for money? Like, are you going to just put your feet on OnlyFans and think God put you on this earth for people to stare at your feet? I mean, like, for real, y'all. We got to do better than that. If anything, let them stare at your heart. Say something that's going to be of value. When you get there, I'm not saying don't put your feet on camera, but when you get there, write a poem or something while they're staring at your feet, so you can try to change their vision and you can have your own different type of thing going. Don't just, even though we have opportunities and they might be the best for right now, they might not be the best for your future. Don't just take everything. Don't just sell yourself short. That's what a lot of people did. You see a lot of these guys, they want to open up podcasts now, and podcasts is not even for half of them. Half of them, they're intricate. They don't even, half of them don't even want to do it. They're just doing it for the money. And that's what hip hop has come to this point where it's like, it's not even a place where you stop. It's a place where you pass through. It's like you pass through, you grab a beat, you put some lyrics to it, you get your money, and then you go into the thing that you once did. Like, you can't do that. We have to start showing people that there are other things around hip hop that you can do and make a substantial amount of money without having to go through that lifestyle that's going to just lead you out, to a quick grave. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It makes no sense for you to just have like the most diamonds and the most watches, the biggest house, the most cars, and there's no love in it or no love around it. What sense does that make? It's like it's ridiculous. I see some people, a lot of, and I want y'all to pay attention to this. And I know, you didn't hear this on the internet yet, but you're hearing it from me today. And I'm telling you, this might be a possibility. There's a possibility when it comes to the Diddy case that his kids might go to prison too. Just because they served a warrant for Diddy and they issued that to get him doesn't mean, in the paperwork, if you read the paperwork, they're saying one of the kids had participated in RN a female as well. If those kids, or we say are kids, because I'm hearing that, they're at the age where Biggie passed and, they're not young, I would say young adults. If they were involved in bringing those people to Diddy, or anyone those people were known to Justin or King Combs or were friends of theirs and Diddy did something to them, they are included in this case. Hold your brakes on your feelings on this thing, and we have to watch this from a stadium view. Trust me on that. Because the things that we are seeing, the faces that we're seeing from them, is all deception right now. We don't really know who's who. And yes, the kids, like the twins, the twin girls out in LA, I do feel for the family, because there's going to be, with this type of trauma comes loved ones around that's going to be hurt. But at the end of the day, there's a possibility that they might have been a part of this too. Do not think the feds for 1 minute is slipping. They know everything. They're putting their chips in order, I'm telling you. People think that the feds have like this thing to chase down celebrities. It's not that. I don't want you to think, because you're looking at it like that, thinking that that means they need something out of the celebrities. So what do you think it'll be? Money? That's not, no. They're funded very well. What the feds are fighting for is trust, like the rest of the world. You want people to trust you. You want people to know that if there's something going wrong and you set out to stop that problem, that people can trust in you and solving these issues. Trust is the only thing that's going to build back America. Money can help families build the middle class back up, to give the middle class the strength, the people on lower income, build them up the middle class so we can cancel out the lower incomes and take the wealthier people and have them feeling more safe in their entrepreneurs or whatever they're doing to make their money. But we have to realize what's going on, man. There's a lot going on right now. There's people that's looking for that trust. A lot of these big companies, you hear like 2 years back, they were doing like little racist things and they were getting these bad, and then they try to regain themselves in the public eye so you can come back and buy their, overpriced products. But what's going on right now when you see a lot of these businesses running for cover is because people are not coming back. People are getting a taste of their products and realizing the stuff that I'm saying is how they feel. Like if you go somewhere and you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a product, and then within a month you feel like it's not worth it, or you would rather have the money than that product, then you starting to realize, and your mind is starting to change its mindset to a point where you're starting to value the things that really mean something to you. And trust me when I tell you, if you feel like the most expensive stuff is the stuff that makes you feel good about yourself, I can make a video for you guys and show you that the little knickknacks that you put together about yourself can make a world of difference about yourself and how people look at you. Because trust me, all the expensive stuff is being displayed in the world for the people that can't buy it to look and keep looking at them and distract them. But the little knickknacks and the little things, the fine print, is what we have to pay attention to. That's the stuff that's going to lift us up, not the big stuff. The big stuff is where the tricks is at. And the shiny stuff is how they fool you from seeing the stuff that's behind the scene. When the shiny stuff get in front of us, we got to put on our shades like, no, I'm good with that watch. I'm good. I'm going to put my money somewhere else. Right now, we are in the stages of where we invest in our time, where we invest in our money. We have to target where we do it, because it's detrimental to whatever we want to do coming in these next years to come. And God gonna bless us all to make it through these next years to come, no matter what's gonna happen. And that's how you have to have that level of mindset. If you have the mindset of, oh, I'm better than him, I'm better than them. What's better than who? Better than who? What level have they reached that you can say is substantial enough that somebody can point out and say better than them? What about they're just doing their thing and you need to start doing your thing and stop paying attention to their thing? That's really where we should be at. Because a lot of people, they do a lot of this, but behind it is no substance. Behind it is no meaning, no solution, no nothing. You have to make use of yourself. It don't matter. I don't care where you from. I've seen people from the lowest of struggle rise as the highest of kings. And the people from the highest of wealth fall to the lowest of dirt. So anything can happen. We are witnesses, and this is in front of our eyes today. We're seeing that, a year or two ago, people thought money was everything, man. They had the money. They had the money on their ear. They was burning money. They had Lambos, them loud cars. I'm not, no disrespect, but damn. It was just money, 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 money. Yo, let me get a loan. I'll scam you this. And then all of a sudden we see a billionaire drop from the sky. Like, wow. In front of our eyes and might be facing life. That don't make you think think of something. That don't strike nothing in your mind. I had to sit down with it. And said to myself, man, all the people he hurt. It's like their souls just lined up and they just each an individual told their story. And whoever believed in their story, the more strength they got. That's how it felt to me. Because when you have all these these people, they feel like they can turn and hurt their own people because they have more money than them. But that wasn't supposed to be the journey. That wasn't the goal. The goal for you was to get to the top while we champion you to the top. And when you get there, you turn around and look at us and say, this is what you got to do. Here, take this, take that, get this, get that. But instead, you went there and you locked the door and you did what you had to do to the people that wanted to get through that door. That's devilish moves. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I just thinking of that alone, and I can understand why people don't want to stand by him when it comes down to the core. I understand why, but I feel like there's still supposed to be more of his family there. But it seems like what do I know? What do I know? What do I know? On another note, did you guys see that the Texas SWAT? They had a Texas SWAT. Okay, it was like in Texas they had the SWAT with robots, right? Hold on. And the robots captured the people. I'm talking they detained them and everything. The whole nine. Not just throwing the robot just to see them. The robot detained them and everything. I was just watching a documentary on it was on Samsung. You guys can check it out. It's on YouTube. And what I realized in the Samsung building, they had AI like building all the phones and not, let me tell you, it sounded like the robots were talking. There wasn't even a human voice in sight. I couldn't even hear a human voice, anything in the whole factory. So I started to think to myself, they replaced all the humans and the machines. But that's the selfishness of this world. If you're gonna, just for the big companies out there, if you're gonna replace the people and they'll have to lose their jobs, don't you think that you should make up a position that they can be compensated for doing something else? Instead, you just throw them out there. So that means you didn't care about them in the first place. That's why people want to be an entrepreneur, because they realize these big companies don't even care. They don't even care. They'll put you out on the street to make a few dollars. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You can't treat people that work hard to build your dream and turn around and just poof, throw them out there. Don't you think those people got family too? So as AI builds and as we get faster in technology, we have to start opening positions for ourselves, so we can all make some money. It's not just a certain amount of people make money. What kind of nonsense are they doing? This type of selfishness is what put us in this place in America right now. This is what got us here. That little selfish knick-knack we have between each other. So when are we going to cut the crap and the jokes and let's get to the real thing here? People want to live a better life and not work a 9 to 5 and at the end of the week feel like it's just draining on them. Those days are of the past. They're of the past. Those days are over. I'm pretty sure there's so many people out there that can help companies from their home. With the correct setup, yeah, why wouldn't they want to do that so they can actually have a little extra time, a little more time for their family or the things that they have going for themselves? Just because somebody's building your dream, don't you think that person has a dream too? Stop being so selfish minded and start looking out for and thinking about the other person. These people are so selfish, and entertainment grabs this from people. Entertainment took on this whole, it's because this whole streaming and just sucking up all your energy, just gimme. That's not how you do it. First of all, you have to have enough substance for a person to take in your song, feel good about it, get some good energy out of it, and then it's worth the sale. But the type of energy when you hear it, you listening and it's like, oh, this is deaf music. No, why would I want to even subscribe to that nonsense? Just because it has a good beat? What do you mean? Like, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, and this is gonna be a sad thing if rappers and artists if they don't wake up on what's going on. Y'all gonna find yourself competing with AI music on a radio station that only plays AI music. And let me tell you, when it comes to AI music, eventually, you think the human beings is not gonna like the music? I done heard a song from AI that I like. before I even get to the artist and before I even start sharing my energy with somebody, it's just I'm taking it in. Once you hear it and it sounds good and it's good music, good wording, and it's making you feel uplifting, you think somebody's not going to get on a treadmill and listen to AI music because you don't want them to? Are you crazy? Y'all do not want to compete with an AI radio station. Please start respecting your penmanship a little bit more. Start putting your real life into your music and stop just going around and writing the same old thing that they said. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. I haven't seen one. There should be a balance between the youth that's making money and the youth that's out there doing all this drilling and this nonsense. They gotta separate them, because I want to see the youth start talking about the new stuff and the future of the way they look at things and the generation gaps that they broke from their parents and the ideologies that their parents put on them, that they started to figure out what was really going on. I want to hear those stories. I don't want to hear the same old story of how his father was a drug dealer, so he became a drug dealer. Now he's the king of the block. All of that type of stuff is not gonna last. It's not gonna last. The more and more people go that route, the more and more the world can't relate to them. Think about it. You cannot be what do you in these times, pills and all this type of foolishness is what people are putting in their body. So you mean to tell me that you're gonna make a song about pills and the whole world is just gonna love it and take you in like you somebody? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? No. The songs that always made the timeless music, like the Michael Jacksons and the Princes and the Whitney Houstons and Stevie Wonder, these are the people that make timeless music, and the music and the wording is correctly and it's right in a line of how the fans are supposed to take it. Not when you have to hear this nonsense and I'm not knocking the youth. Let me tell you, don't take it as I'm knocking the youth. I'm just saying I know you can do better. I know you can do better. Nobody's knocking you. It's not like I want to be a rapper. I don't want to be no rapper. I want to hear good music. There's a difference. I could understand if I was out here trying to be a rapper and they'd be like, oh, well, he's hating. He's trying to be a rapper. I don't want to be a rapper. I want you guys to get it right for once in your life. Don't make the same mistakes as these other guys made in hip hop, just trying to step on everybody's toes. And look what happens. Some of the greatest MCs we lose to this nonsense. You mean to tell me that Diddy's doing almost life for sex? You kidding me? For sex? Because he was selfish. And he went out there and took something from somebody and from different people because they didn't want to give it to him. And that's the selfishness about him. Let me tell you, fellas, man, you could be the biggest trillionaire in the world. Not every girl is going to want you. And that's just the facts. That's just the facts. And to be honest with you, a lot of the females and my homegirls that I know, they don't really go for guys about it. They're not really worried about the money. They got money. Why would they worry about the money? If anything, I know some females that'll build a guy up quicker than these people could write an album. I'm telling you. Put him in the right colors, got him smell like, I'm telling you, y'all don't know what's going on. Like, you don't know what's going on. Trust me. Who you think is going to have a longer relationship? The female that goes out there and builds up her man to build his spirit back up because America is just tearing the men's spirit down, or the person just out there looking for the guy that supposedly have money. You think he's going to give you a good piece of that money? He ain't giving you nothing out of that money. You know better than that. You should have knew better before you had to wipe the tears out your eye when you went in the bathroom after I was finished what you was doing. You know you didn't feel right. You know it wasn't love. So why'd you go back? Why'd you go back? For the queens out there, you got to fix your crown. You can do better than that, and you're worth more than that. You're all beautiful. That's the reason why you get the views. That's the reason why you can just smile and just show a little something, something, and you get views. But take that in mind and be responsible with it. Be responsible with it. Yeah, everybody want to see you shake your behind. Yeah, it look good. I love it too. But don't do it and just don't let everybody see it. This ain't everybody's party. This ain't everybody's party. This party is for people that understand what this party is about. There's love in this party. This ain't about the person that's gonna be looking over trying to take something from you. Or when the party's over, he gonna follow you home. No, this is a place of love that when you get home, you give me a call. And then I sleep. This ain't that type of party. So when we know we was raised better. And we know that when every day of my life, when I went to high school, every day, every single day we kissed the women, we kissed the chicks on the cheek. Every single day. Whether it's one of our friends' girls, it's just a welcoming. I got love for you. In these times, I'm pretty sure you can't even do that. But it wasn't about the kissing. It was about the welcome and the love that we have for each other as a whole. Nowadays, everything is so much, let me see what he's doing and I want his girl. Why? 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 That's artificial. I can understand if you see her from a distance and y'all catch eyes and now it's a little connection and now y'all start working towards each other because you can't stop love. That's just how it works for the people that don't. You can't stop love. Once somebody connect with somebody, that's why a lot of times in the past, in the old school, a lot of people hid their wife or hid their girlfriends because they know that if that connection wasn't as real as they proclaimed it to be, and that person should happen to fall in love with somebody else, that they were gonna run for the hills, you know. So a lot of men in the old school, they had the mentality of, oh, let me just date her and take her away. But you can't take this away. You want to go anywhere and show her anywhere. That's my lady. You don't let no celebrity come or jump in her DM. No. Because when she tell you, you go off because you know what you got. And it's not the disrespect of thinking that they can get what you have. It's a disrespect of them thinking that that's even possible, that even to think that they're even on that level of love. Just because they have money all the way to the roof don't mean that their love is all the way to the roof. That don't mean that. That don't mean that. Me and you have better sex in our life, in our lifetime, and better days of sex than a lot of these people. A lot of these people can't even make love because of all the drugs that they take. So what kind of sex you think they pushing out? That ain't grade A? Nah. Think about it. It's the perception. Picture you do all of this work to get shorty to the hotel and y'all been flirting back and forth. She this, she that. Your mind is, everything's racing. You know how it go. And then when you finally get to that point, you can't perform. You think that don't hurt you inside? Come on now. Us as human beings got to be real with each other. And that's the reason why, if you think about what you want in a relationship, things that you really cherish. Like for me, you know, I love the sexual part of it. Of course, we all do. But there's other little things around relationships. Sometimes it could be security. Sometimes it could be the way your lady comforts you. It could remind you of like a motherly thing. Or sometimes it could just be the way your lady is there for you in certain times where you can't handle things. All of these things come into play when you're trying to like build this bond with somebody. And that same bond, you can take it in so many different parts of your life that you don't even know it. You can take that same bond and be single with that bond and work that into your business and take that same energy and put that into your business. Don't you know that? You can build a bond with your social media, the people that support you. And then when these troubles and things, people have these different things that happen in their life. You can learn from their situation. They learn from you. And now y'all in this whole healing process while the people outside in the rest of the world blinded by the foolishness going on social media. Pay attention to what's going on. There's a lot of things going on in these times that people are just, they don't have their full hands, or they don't really understand what's going on because there's so many things cluttering it up. That's how it's always going to be. That's just the way it is. When something's going to go wrong, really wrong over there, it's something that's going to be going really right over here to trying to pull you this way so you can't pay attention to that. But you have to find that balance and realize that, hold on, I'm coming to the party. What's going on over here? Are you all right? Are you okay? You good? Okay, let me go here. That's just how we have to live our life, knowing our balance. That's how life has to go, man. It's Monday. We made it. We made it. I couldn't believe that, though. I'll still check the book out if the Kim Porter stuff, if it's their family and it's not fake and all that stuff, I'll check it out. But if it's fake, I'm not gonna, I don't really wanna. I'm not playing with that. I don't really play with that. I don't want to get people's karma on me like that. I come with good intentions. That's the reason why I could say what I say and feel freely about what I, because it's once you have good intentions, that karma is gonna be good karma, good blessings to you and yours. That's how it goes. If you come with like a cold heart, then you're gonna fall into the same path they did. Don't let the negativity, don't let all the foolishness overcome the things that you got to do in your life, because that people are just letting all these everyday problems come into their life. If it's too much for you to see the whole Diddy stuff, don't listen to all that stuff. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. There's a lot of victims. It's a lot going on with it. There's a lot of victims in this thing. It's real nasty when it comes down to like the inside details. So if these type of things, it's not everybody that could take that as an intake. I understand that. You don't have to. You can be a highlight. Read the titles of the highlight, and that could be enough for you too. Something's going on, and when things go, happen for them, some you just pray for the victims and see how things work out. If it's too much. But I got to get in there, and I have to open people's minds up to just seeing what things are for what it really is, because in these years of hip hop, I've seen a lot of people led astray from people just throwing the money and they have these ulterior motives in behind, and they're tricking people. They're tricking people, man. They're tricking people. They own people, actually. They own people. Pardon 1 second. What's up, y'all? That is the question. Hold, let me check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Hold on. Yeah, Prince hated the industry, y'all. That's what. When it comes to Prince, he's seen something, and you know what? You know why I think Prince seen the industry as what it was? Because when you first seen Prince, there was so many controversy going around Prince, and I'm not talking about just the behind out on the pants. I'm talking about everybody was questioning Prince's sexuality. But the music was so good. He made, and this is why it doesn't matter. Man, I wish there was more artists like Prince out there, because his talent, you could not just pay attention to just his sexuality. You had to love Prince, man. You had to love Prince. I don't care what. That's why the rumors said that if you look in his eyes too long, they fall in love with the guy. It's because he garnered that type of respect with his music. He created a focus that when he is singing you are focused on what he's saying. And man, artists like that is so hard to find in these times, because you find that those are the artists that they're going to get the worst of the deals. They're going to be the ones that the industry is going to try to tear down, because they see it from what it actually is. Prince knew, as far as like ownership and things like that at the end of his career was going to be rocky about it. It was going to have some bumps, because people wanted to grab so much ownership from the guy, from the music he make. The more powerful your music is, the more people gonna want ownership of your music, and they'll do anything to get that ownership, because you might not realize your music is worth more than money once you raise that value. There's nothing. If you make a person feel a certain way when they hear your music and they feel like they can be a better person, you know how priceless that is? There's no amount of money that you can tell me somebody can go in their room and play that song millions of times, and it can bring a healing to them. So when people cut themselves short and they start realizing, wait, hold on, I'm worth something. You don't sell yourself short to like. That's why Prince, after a while, there's no way he was fighting back. Prince was fighting back. Rest in peace to Prince, man. Yeah. That's how wow. It's like, I think I'm gonna definitely add a Prince song. I gotta set up a new playlist. But yeah, man, rest in peace to the real, and when it comes to his artistry, and when he's just using the symbol, he at that point he was just he was done with them. When you just say, don't even call me my name. This is the symbol. My people gonna know who I am. He was just done with the whole industry. Man, if people had just listened to Prince from that, all of this stuff, people would have been dodged half of this stuff. But you know, you have to, if you really love an artist and they're really being their truthful self, you'll really hear all of these little tidbits in their music. And that's why I feel like every artist right now should be making music in real time. Talking about situations, how they feel right now, how is their love like. Everything that you want to put into your music and let people know should be in real time right now. For real, it should be a different type of structure. Let the audience, let us as fans get to know you a little better than you just putting up a marketed version of yourself. And you would get that strength and value like a person like Prince if your music is that, you know, if it can do that to the people. That's yeah, man. A lot of artists I seen was fighting for the you know, and then a lot of artists they're like house, you know what I would call a house rapper, the type of rapper that you know they'll come in and take the low just because they don't know the value of themselves and they're just trying to break into the game. So they're trying to take whatever they want and they're trying to get over this whole hurdle of a bad contract and a whole lot of bad stuff that they done signed themselves to. And meanwhile, they don't even know throughout that whole journey of trying to get out of that, that's the part where they're going to get stuck at, where they're going to find themselves falling short. If you don't start and do the right thing from the beginning, don't expect it at the end of the journey that the right things are gonna come out. You can be almost at the end of the journey like Diddy, and you get tripped because all the stuff that you did incorrect in the past. So when you start right and start on the right foot, that's how you're supposed to leave. If you can't just be righteous on Monday and then be a demon on Friday. You know what I mean? You can't do that because you can't play with God's. You can't even if you don't even believe in God, you can't even go out there and fool people on that type of energy because it's going to end up hitting you in your face. Okay? When it comes to if you have godly energy like myself and if you're a Christian, a Muslim, any type of religion that stares you to think that, yo, you know what? I want to do better for myself, live better, uplift people. Well, you're going to have a good life. You're going to live a good life. You just got to stay away and get those people and that type of energy out your life because that type of stuff is consuming. I see it a lot. I've seen more videos now. Now I see a lot of I'm not going to say their names, but eventually you know they're going to get these videos if they keep it up. I've seen a few artists just mentioning this whole devil stuff and putting this in the music. Hey, let me tell you, hip hop learned a lesson a long time ago of talking about death and doing this in the music. We've seen a lot of artists that spoke on these type of situations and have lost their life, and because they didn't realize the power within the words. Now I'm seeing a lot of pop. I'm not saying everybody, but I've seen a few that they've been doing these little devilish signs, and they're not AI videos. These are videos and things that they did on their own with their directors or whoever they had going. They're using their stuff, and it doesn't look good. You have to be very careful. I'm seeing some. I don't even want to say it, but there's a lot of artists that they put it in these tricky words in there. When you listen back to it, it's like, that's what you said? Oh, you crazy. Because people are so, for many, and this is not something new. For many, many years, people have slid into hip hop by just a dope beat. There's a lot of artists that slid into hip hop from a dope beat, dope producer, a hookup. And those are the artists that don't take it seriously. And they don't have any right, they don't really have any reason to take it seriously. They didn't really accomplish of getting in. They got a hookup to get in. So it's kind of like they don't even value the space that they're in. And it always shows in their music. The ones that really concentrate on changing things and I'm not saying like, don't get me twisted when I'm saying like every rapper gotta have this righteous right. No, I'm saying like, even if you're telling the harsh realities of your life, when you structure it and put it down, why would you want it sounding and flow like some other artist when it's your story? That's what it don't make no sense to me. If I wanted to format my story, why would I want to? It's kind of like saying I'm gonna format my story, but I'm gonna put it in somebody else's voice. No, you want to format your story and you want to find your own way of putting it out to the people so it can be a one of one. It doesn't matter who comes behind you and takes something from your story, as long as you know it's your story. You can't look over at what when you hear people's stories and they're sounding a lot similar, it's like somebody in here has a lot of lying in their story. I'm telling you. All you gotta do is be straight up with people. Like, I feel like social media is gonna come to the point where, like, you know, instead of people doing all this lying, this and that, they just be honest with what they're doing. Like, I need this so and so amount, certain amount to build this. This is what I'm doing, y'all. If y'all feel like y'all can help me out, do this, do that. And just be honest with people, and people could rather pick that up. And then instead of you telling somebody or telling a whole thousands and thousands of subscribers some nonsense, and they go off thinking that and make a mistake in their life because of your wrongs. What type of nonsense is that, man? Stop leading people down this path of destruction just because you have a sad or bad life. Before you start leading people, make sure your life is up to tax so you can be a right leader. Stop going out there and just, I'm boss, I'm this, I'm that. You ain't made it yet. You still wet behind the ears. You ain't anything, really. You don't own nothing. You don't have no structure in anything. So what are you? You're just a fool with money. Don't be a fool with money, man. The fools with money lose it so quick, man. It's almost, it's at record speeds of how fast these people are losing their life to their lifestyle. Ain't that something? You build up this lifestyle and that's going to be the thing in the end to tear you and take you away. That don't make no sense. That's like pouring a whole glass of sugar, drinking sugar on a daily basis, just a whole glass every day. You think you're going to have a long life after that? Yeah, it's going to feel like you up for the first few days, but after that, it's going to take you out of here, man. You're going to be up and you ain't going to be able to come down. You got to treat life and take stuff seriously, especially going into. So this week that we're going into right now, I want you guys to really pay attention to the fine details in everything you do. That's what I want you to take with you. Because people are just looking over that and just going for the shiny stuff. Stop going for that stuff. Especially it doesn't look good on you when you have everybody wearing the same stuff. That stuff is not only is it irritating, I don't know who is who nowadays. That type of stuff, it doesn't look good, you guys. It doesn't look good. I can understand if you see somebody like the beautiful Beyonce with a bag and you got the same bag, that feels good. Because you know there's not a lot of people out there with it, or you see somebody with a sweatshirt and you're like, you know what, maybe if that comes in blue, I think I could do something with that and flip it my way. That's the right way of thinking, but not just sizing somebody up and say, I want to do it like that. People, stop looking for the artificial you and start paying attention to the real you. For real. And not everybody's like a whole bunch of clothes, a whole bunch of sneakers piled up to the wall. That is a lifestyle that we can talk on that type of stuff on another note. Sometimes you have to really pay attention to the stuff the meaningful things in your life. You start weighing out your wants and your needs, and you start making sure that you have that very well balanced. Remember I told you guys, if you can't buy it 3 times, it ain't even worth buying. Sometimes just thinking and knowing that you can buy it, it's just good enough. Stop buying a whole bunch of things and filling your life up with a whole bunch of things, and then when the clock strikes 12, you don't even know where things are at because everybody got their hands on something that's yours. You don't want to have that type of energy. You don't want to be like Wendy Williams, and it's sad because it's like, you mean to tell me a documentary she only get $82,000? Now to me and you and that's a lot of money to a lot of people, but for a woman that has did so much in her life, a documentary, she should be getting almost $10-20 million. I know YouTube that come up, some YouTubers could scale her under 87. So we got to really be around people that love us. This is what we're learning today. We're learning that just because they're a celebrity doesn't mean that they are exempt from the morals in life and the things that make the real meaning in life. Yeah, they're entertaining us, but at the same time, we are still out here that we have to live our lives. We can't live our life through somebody else. Are you crazy? You're going to live your life, the life that God gave you, through somebody else just because they're entertaining you on social media. Are you out of your mind? You got to find yourself and start letting these people know that you somebody too. Don't let me ever catch you out there trying to be like somebody else or putting on a nose or an ass like one of these people. God put you here and you're beautiful, you're handsome. You go out there and show people what makes you you and stop trying to be like everybody else. The minute you see somebody that look like you, dressed like you, should run. That stuff is crazy. That's that weird stuff, bro. We don't do that. Like, no, we don't. That's type of stuff that you can't. Look, man, the lower you go, you're going to find people just trying to find a way. You know, that, and having understanding and having the right routes of doing things, people might see things different. But when you have a balance of both, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's not even worth it. The stuff that there's been 300 raids in thieves and things like that in the city, people stealing. What they stealing? Clothes to sell for who? I don't want to put that stuff on. I don't. And it's no disrespect to anybody, but it just feels like these companies don't care about us. They don't. They don't. They really don't. You see companies right now, the prices, they like to throw the prices up with the gas prices. They don't care. In my head, I'm like, don't these people go home and realize that they're regular people too? Don't think the workers out there, the workers are pissed for these companies and not the workers. It's like the people that can really make stuff move and make things shake. They don't care. They want the more they can get. It's like this whole like technology status that they want to achieve, where they want to say, well, during this time of the Great Depression, we made this amount while these companies weren't selling. It's all greed. It's greed and selfishness. So we have to find our little huddle ups and our little huddles so we can uplift each other, and that's one I want you guys to really watch today, the Black American versus Black African. I really want you guys to watch that video, because then you start realizing that there's a lot of stuff that we have in common, man. There's a lot of stuff that we have in common. Once we start uplifting each other, the difference between, when the people say, out here in America, if you're not doing as well as somebody else, a lot of people, it's just some people have that type of energy. They look down on you and they treat you like you ain't nobody. And they don't realize that there's always a point. If they ever came from struggle, they came from those same places where that person is trying to lift themselves up. And you never know what somebody is going through or what their day is like. But a lot of people like to kick you when you're down. But you gotta also understand too. People gonna love kicking you when you're down. You gotta know how to take the kick. And these times you gotta know how to take the kick. When you're down, they kick you. Cool, you kick me. You kick me. I felt the kick. You kick me. It's all right. You kick me. I'm gonna move on though. I'm gonna move on and go on with what I gotta go on, because I got other things to accomplish that's worth more than that kick. You know what I mean? That's how you have to have this type of bulletproof mentality to know that you are somebody, because social media is telling you guys that you're nobody. They're saying they're trying to X you out and say that just because you don't have this status or that amount of subscribers or this amount, that you ain't this. You crazy? God made me a king. God made you a queen. Why would you let somebody else tell you that you're something different just because they can't understand the life that they're living, the journey that they walk? They've been put on this journey and they don't even know where they're going. All those people that work for Diddy, they running scared now because they participated. The people that participated are turned a blind eye to the female in the back getting mistreated and sexually abused. These are all the people that's right now, the karma cloud is right over their heads and they can't escape it because they know they was there and they've seen the pain in her eyes. In almost every Cassie picture, that girl got a bruise on her face. Look at it. Look at it. And I know why the industry then, because people look at her like, oh, she got a better opportunity and she has lighter skin. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. You look past that she's a female and you look, and there's a lot of things that makes people turn their eye, and it disgusts me. It disgusts me. I don't care who you are. If I see you, I see you. I'm coming to get you. You can't just hurt no female in front of me, man. No real man is going to stand for that. How you going to put your hands and do all of this to a female? You turn a blind eye and walk off in the next room, and just because it's P. Diddy. You a sucker too. All the female has to do is look up to another man when she's around somebody's head, and she give him that look and he's on his way. You crazy? Don't let these guys fool you like they... Look, the only toughness of most of these guys have is in their words. I feel like the president, she is going to really think smart, and then we might have a new gun law that comes to New York where it's structured a little bit different, where it's given the citizens and the people, the good people, a chance to protect themselves. And the people that can't and that's doing harm to people can't get their hands on it. Once they structure it in a certain way where maybe that they can't take it outside of their house, and maybe we start like that way, and maybe you can't walk with it, but maybe if where your family's at and your place of business, you can probably have a better chance of getting it. Maybe a higher age, not 18. Maybe they can structure it, but it's gonna change. Because it is scary when you have people walking on eggshells that's not participating in crime and they're out there getting hurt by people that is. It's not going to work. It's not going to make people feel like waking up and going to work like they're going to come back to their family. You can't do that. And once that trust has been broken, this is what we have to work on in America to bring it back. If we don't have that, it doesn't matter what you sell or what I sell, or what you tell or what I tell, we both going down. That's just how it works. That's the way God make it, man. If we don't come together, we all gonna fall together. No matter what color you are, no matter how rich you are, how poor you are, we are gonna feel the aftermath of all of this if we keep on letting this type of violence, this type of scamming, this type of taking from people, hurting people, sexual abuse, over sexualization, drinking, war, too many guns in the wrong hands. All of that stuff is going to take us out of here as human beings if we don't get it right. And especially those AIs. Them robots ain't hurting nobody. Them robots ain't committing no crimes. Them robots are doing what needs to be done to fulfill all of the needs of the people and the products they need. So you're going to let the robots take your job and not learn enough and sit back and watch the robot? Robots they don't need brains. They get stuff put inside of them and it's there. We need to keep exercising ourselves, exercising our mind to develop ourselves as a stronger and more aware person. If we don't exercise our mind, then we keep to the same type of thinking that we've always been thinking. You'll never get a solution out of that. The only way you're going to come easy and understand different solutions is when you get your mind sharp. All right? So I'm going to have more videos coming for you guys. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys, stopping by and tuning in. Every Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, I got you. Love you guys, man. I appreciate all of you guys. I have 2 videos out right now that I really want you guys to check, and I have a lot more coming. And, in these YouTube streets, I got a small channel on the come up. That's all I'm saying. Small channel on the come up. I'm coming, y'all. Everybody that support my channel, all the people that really appreciate me and don't hate on me. Shouts out to Willie D, Choke No Joke, Andy Appleseed, everybody that I watch their channels, everybody that support, I really appreciate it because it's hard in these YouTube streets coming up on a small channel. But my people's always hear my word and we see each other for what it is, all right? So until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe,